Hello, Boss Word. Welcome to Boxing Blog Center. Well, Deontay Wilder did an interview with the Boxing Voice 2 days ago, and they asked him about fighting Joshua Nist. About the $28 million that Joshua offered, even though Joshua did not offer Deontay Wilder $28 million. He just said, whatever Wilder earned in the Fury fight, he's going to double it. So Ness of the Boston Voice thinks Wilder earned about $14 million, which is very wrong, okay? Wilder earned way less than that. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. The fight might have generated much more money than Wilder's ever earned in his career. Definitely that's good for him. Maybe the fight generated about $30 million or $28 million. But you have to know, Showtime have to take their share as well. You've got judges that Wilder paid. People will say, "Oh, what did they pay judge?" Wait, those judges, that judge, what's his name, from Mexico, that's called the fight 115, 111 to Wilder. That judge was paid. Okay, he got some catch. He got some catch. Okay, let's keep it real. The reason why I'm different from a lot of channels is that I'm very, very straightforward, and I keep it real. Maybe I'm a little bit biased to the extent of supporting Joshua. Yeah, definitely I support Joshua. He's Nigerian, so why shouldn't I support Joshua? I support every Nigerian boxer, whether they are born in the UK, whether they are born in Germany, whether they are born in America. It does not matter. As long as they have Nigerian blood in them, I support them regardless. You understand? So, but I'm not blind. I'm not a blind supporter. I'm not a guy that always want to back everything Joshua does and not criticize him. If Joshua do something wrong right now, I'm going to chastise him as well. If Deborah did something wrong when he insulted Joshua, I chastise him as well. So in this channel, there's no room for fanboyism. No room for fanboyism. No, no room for fanboyism in this channel. So I keep it real. So Deontay Wilder say that he doesn't want to fight Anthony Joshua. That he doesn't even want to talk about Joshua. The only time he talks about Joshua is when he's been asked by journalists and other people that want to know what's going on. But in general, he doesn't want to talk about Joshua. Saying that Joshua has to come clean and has to come fair for that fight to happen. So, in other words, Deontay Wilder is now after the money. I laugh in Chinese. This same guy said, I don't care about the money. I care about the legacy. Well, it's nice to cement your legacy. But looking at the critical condition Adonis Stevenson still is right now, is still in coma and is not getting better, according to the recent news. Looking at that, I think Deontay Wilder sat down and thought about it and said, woof, I'm fighting this guy named Joshua. This guy, he's powerful. He can knock me out clean. He can do every damage to my career. So I'm not going to take this fight for less money. In other words, Deontay Wilder sees $50 million less or $20 million less. All he wants is just to catch out. I've been telling you guys, like CMD Boxing Reports, very good friend of mine, good boxing fan, and also can analyze fights. And he's a Water fan as well. Also with my other homie, Big Faces Worldwide. Both of them are, good guys. They know their boxing. But they also know that there is a huge chance Deontay Wilder gets knocked out against Joshua. And they keep it real on that. Those are what I call fans and not fanboys. Like me, I'm a fan of Joshua, but I'm not a fanboy. Because I'm not gonna be supporting Joshua if he does something wrong. No, I wouldn't. I will speak my mind. But let's keep it on the low key. Let's keep it on the low key. Now, Deontay Wilder is now after the money, not the legacy that he supposedly wanted, right? It's just kind of crazy because boxing politics has made all these great fights, had to make. Hammer on the other side wants to be on the top. Hammer is a godfather in the sport of boxing in America. And he's very powerful in America. He's a powerful man, no doubt about it. Eddie Hearn, a promoter from the UK, very, very talkative as well. This guy is a guy who talks a lot and want to make things happen. And he wants to invade America, like take over the American boxing market. Hammer is not going to allow that to happen. Top Rank is there, Bob Arum, all of them competing against each other. And all of them playing hardball. Yeah, they are playing hardball. Because none of them want to give up some percentage, just something for the fight to, Wilder is in a position where he has to give up a lot of things to make this fight happen if he really wants it. If he really believes that he will knock Anthony Joshua out. I don't think Deontay Wilder believes that he will knock Anthony Joshua out. I think he can, because he's got the power. We all know the right hand is devastating. But I also think that Deontay Wilder, in the back of his head, he thinks like, okay, Joshua also has the power to knock me out. So it's like, give and take. Because Joshua is not going to stand there just for Wilder to be, on top of him or punch him out or knock him out. Joshua is gonna throw back. He's going to throw punches back, and they are going to be very heavy. Why did Deontay Wilder do the Tyson Fury fight? Deontay Wilder will always want to fight Tyson Fury. It's very easy. Why? Because Tyson Fury is a boxer, not a puncher. Tyson Fury cannot knock Deontay Wilder out. It just doesn't have that power to do so. Tyson Fury is a very phenomenal boxer, good on his feet, good boxing brain, good boxing ring IQ, very good, with the footwork. His jab is very good as well. I mean, he's an all-round good fighter. But to knock Deontay Wilder out, he cannot. He can say it, but he knows he cannot. So Deontay Wilder sees no threat in Tyson Fury. No threat. Like, he knows Tyson Fury will boss him. Definitely that's what Tyson Fury does. At bosses, you play with you, talk with you, make you look like a fool. That's what he does. But he knows that he can get to Tyson Fury anytime he wants to. That is not giving Tyson Fury respect. Let's go look at that fight again. If you haven't watched it, again, go watch it again. I've watched the fight about 4 times now. I'm going to watch it again one of those days. So, go look at the fight. As soon as the first bell rang, Deontay Wilder went straight ahead to Tyson Fury with no respect. Meaning Deontay Wilder had no fear of what's coming back because he knows Tyson Fury is not a power puncher and doesn't hit as hard as Joshua. Against Joshua, Deontay Wilder is going to be very cagey because he knows that something's going to come back, and something that might come back could be something that can knock him out cold. That's why Deontay Wilder is very, very careful about fighting Anthony Joshua. He knows he can knock Joshua out, but he also knows that he can get knocked out by Joshua. So, it's 50-50. The advantage Joshua has against Wilder is that Joshua is a better boxer overall. Joshua has more tools in his arsenal than Deontay Wilder. You get me? So, Deontay Wilder doesn't have a lot of tools in his arsenal. You can see the right hand coming from afar. The right hand, you can see it coming. The windmill, you can see it coming. The left hook is what you don't see coming. And I think he has to develop that left hook more. You know, he has to develop it. Try to develop the left hook so that know how to set it up. Because the left hook, I saw the fight against Luis Ortiz. The left hook was very good. Very good. And he finished Luis Ortiz off with left hook. But he hasn't been developing on it. You know, you have to develop on it. Develop on it. You know what I mean? So you have to really know how to set it up because he still cannot set up the right hand. It's sad, but it's true. Deontay Wilder still cannot set up a right hand. He just throws it and hoping it lands. Against Tyson Fury, Tyson Fury made him look like an amateur, like someone who hasn't even boxed before. If Deontay Wilder had some boxing skills or boxing ring IQ, he would have been able to treat Tyson Fury, you know, at some point in a fight, trick him, make it seem like he's going to throw the right hand and come with the left hook. So Deontay Wilder don't have that brain yet. I don't know. He's been pro for like more than 10 years, I guess, and still hasn't improved as a fighter. So I don't know, guys. I mean, I just know that whenever they fight, I got Joshua winning. No doubt about that. And if he beats Joshua, fair play to him. I will come here and give him his props, maximum props, no excuses. Hashtag no excuses. Write it down. Hashtag no excuses. That's for sure. But I don't think he wants Joshua to fight right now. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. He wants to take the risk for something huge. You know, for a huge sum amount of money. That's what he wants to do. He wants to take that risk, and the risk has to involve millions and millions and millions. Like, Deontay Wilder don't mind getting 50 million. He just wants as much money as he can against Joshua because he knows that fight is 50-50. He knows he might get knocked out. So if he gets knocked out, then goes home with $50 million. Well, it's cool, right? If the fight really live up to expectation, well, we don't know. Deontay Wilder thought the Tyson Fury bout would do like 2 million pay-per-view buys. But what happened? Didn't, right? So we don't know. Maybe this fight, we look at it as a huge fight, definitely a huge fight worldwide, but it could be, they don't, except it's on DAZN. But DAZN DAZN will have to put up a lot of money for that fight. That's for sure. So I don't know, guys. Deontay Wilder is just not ready for Anthony Joshua. He doesn't want Joshua. I mean, he said all those things he said just to get his name out there, make him known, because he was being ridiculed by Eddie Hearn, that it doesn't get the respect and recognition that he wants. I mean, no one knows him in his country. So he got ridiculed by Eddie Hearn, and he wanted to do something about it. That's why I started calling out Joshua, saying it's pussy. And then when it was time to negotiate, they started wanting to hand more than they want, So he is just kind of, I think it's just the boxing politics. I think we'll get this fight. I don't see it next. I possibly think that Deontay Wilder don't want to fight Joshua at all. He wants to stall the fight, and he wants to make Joshua wait, and he is trying to do something like become the main man in the division. That's what he wants. Like, make Joshua feel a certain type of regret, like say, oh, I wish I had taken that $50 million. That's what he wants to do, but I don't see it happening, because he's not a commercial powerhouse. He doesn't have a lot of, backings from top companies and all that stuff. But nevertheless, I think he's a good fighter. I just want to see the fight. I don't want no politics to make the fight, delay, I don't want that. Just make this fight happen next. Deontay Wilder, you know your word. Take it. Take it. Stop demanding more and more and more. This is ducking for me. This is ducking. This is just ducking to me. But hey, what do you guys think? Give it a thumbs below, like the video, share, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Cheers, everyone.